Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you can see, spring is in the air once again, and that means it's time to start planting once again. Now, if you're like me, you might have wondered how much dirt does it actually take to stop a bullet? Well, in today's episode of the Armor Farm, we're going to find out. Let's go see what we have set up to perform this test. Alright, so for today's test, we bought a couple bags of dirt from our local hardware store so that we were able to see just how good dirt is at stopping bullets. So each one of these bags is about 4 inches thick, so we should be able to tell just how far each one of the rounds makes it through. To start today, we have 8 total bags, and let's see if we can make it through. Let's get shooting. Today we're going to start out with the 9mm, and that's just because we kind of know that 22 is going to definitely get stopped by the dirt pretty early on. So we're going to start with 9mm and move our way up from there, and we've got quite a few guns out today to really see how well dirt is at stopping multiple different calibers. Let's start shooting. Alright, here we go. The 9mm right in the center of this bag, and let's see just how far it made it through this dirt. So, we made it through 1, 2, we're into our 3rd bag here, and it's still going. Oh my goodness, that's still going. Is that the round? I think I might have caught the round right here. Let's see if I can finger it out of this bag. Yep, all right. So, we were able to find our round. It looks like it went through, let's see, went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stopped in the 6th bag. So that's really good performance from the 9mm. I'm very curious what some of the other rounds are going to do. Let's keep shooting. Up next, we got the 45 ACP. And that's going to be out of our Kimber 1911. And let's see if this can go through more bags than the 9mm. Here we go. Let's see if that managed to make it through more bags than the 9mm. Leave a comment down below on if you think it managed to make it further than the 9mm. All right, let's see. I got 1 bag, 2, 3, still going strong, 4, 5. Okay, so now we're at the 6th bag. That's where we stopped the 9mm. And it looks like the 45 also stopped in the 6th bag. See if I can find that real quick. Oh, there it is. All right, so we were able to find that round, and we got the 45. So I made it a little bit further into the 6th bag than the 9mm did. So I would say that it did actually make it further than the 9mm, just barely. Let's start moving on to some other round. So next up, we got 5.7 by 28, and that's going to be coming out of our newly shortened PS90. So we managed to actually get our Form 1 approved, and so now we have this how it was intended to be with the short barrel. And let's see how well this does at going through that dirt. Alright, here we go. So 5.7 went in right here, and let's see how far that one made it. So we can see that we have a couple, oh no, that's the 9mm. So we can see that already through the 1st bag, it appears that that 5.7 is starting to tumble. Yeah, so you can actually see that right here, it's going through sideways. So we're through 2 bags, we're into the 3rd. It looks like it barely stopped right on the back of this 3rd bag. Let's see if I can find it in there. I don't know if I will be able to. But I'd say that it didn't quite make it into the 4th bag. So just 3 bags for the 5.7. So that's a little bit less than, so that's a lot less than the 9 mil and the 45. What it appears was happening was that round started to tumble as soon as it hit the first bag, started dumping a lot of its energy right away. I'm very curious what's going to happen as we go up to some larger rounds. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some rifle rounds. So we got 5.56 here, and we're going to be shooting that out of the Geissele. Let's see how far the 5.56 can go through the dirt. All right, here we go. We obviously made it through the first bag. Oh, so this is a really great example of what rifle rounds do best, which is dump all their energy very, very quickly. So you can see it started tumbling almost immediately as it hit that dirt and breaking apart. I'm curious to see just how far it actually managed to make it through. So we got 1 bag, 2 bag, and this is where you can start seeing some kind of interesting behavior. You see we got 2 holes here actually, and a couple pieces of fragment coming through. And it looks like we stopped in the third bag. So 5.56, while it has a lot more energy, isn't necessarily better at penetrating through dirt. It actually dumps a lot of its energy very early on. Let's see how 308 does. Next up we have 308, and that's going to be out of our SIG AR-10. Alright, here goes nothing. Okay, so we got the 308 right here, and let's see how that did going through all this dirt. Very similar to the 5.56, we see it starting to tumble almost right away, but it should be carrying a little bit more energy, or a lot more energy than the 5.56, so I'm curious to see how much further it's able to make it. So we're through 1 bag, into 2. Looks like it's definitely still going on. Then we're into bag number 3, so that's where the 5.56 stopped. So it looks like that also stopped in bag number 3. So that just goes to show you just how good dirt is at stopping rifle rounds, especially since their velocity when they start hitting any sort of solid material causes them to tumble a lot more. I got 2 more rounds. I'm very curious to see how they perform. Let's try those out. So we swapped out the first couple bags because they were starting to get pretty chewed up. That way we'd have some fresh bags for the next 2 rounds. So next up is something that we haven't really shot a lot on the channel before, but that's going to be 1 ounce, 2 3/4 inch slug. So we're going to be shooting that out of this Mossberg 500 and see how well shotgun slugs do going through dirt. All right, here we go. Woo! So we got 2 holes here, so 1 is the slug and 1's the wad. And let's see how it did. So there's a reason why shotguns are, I don't know, so powerful.
There's a reason you don't want to get shot by one.
There's a reason why you don't want to get shot by a shotgun. So we get through 1 bag, 2 bags. I don't know what this is. That might be a wad. 3 bags. So it looks like we actually stopped in the 3rd bag. What is this? Oh. So we actually made it further than the 3rd bag. It looks like so that's actually our slug. So it compressed quite a bit there. It looks like it started going sideways, and we made it through our 3rd bag and just barely touched our 4th. So that was actually sitting right here in the back of that 3rd bag. So that had a lot of energy to it. Definitely wouldn't want to get hit with that.
There you go.
Do you like dirt? Maybe guns? If so, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Last roundup to see how far it can penetrate through the dirt is our 460. And of course, if we're going to go for penetration, we're going to use the Extreme Penetrator. So let's see how that does out of our 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. All right, here we go. We can see that 460 hit up here pretty hard. Just kind of winged that first bag. Went into the second. We're into our third. Into the fourth. We got our fifth bag. This is number 6. Let me get closer. What? Number 6. Oh, we're still going. Number 7. That's 7 bags. And it looks like we stopped in bag number 7. So out of all the rounds, let me see if I can find it first. I'm gonna dig around a little bit. It's in there somewhere.
Okay. No.
What am I going to do with the dirt? Oh, where? Oh, there it is. All right. So, dug around there a little bit, and it looks like we made about halfway through. And so right there, you can see that 460 Extreme Penetrator made it the furthest out of all of them, which is we kind of expected considering this is a solid round out of a really powerful handgun. Those were pretty interesting results. I know I learned something today, and I'm very surprised at how little the rifle rounds were able to penetrate through the dirt. It definitely seemed like the pistol rounds made it a lot further, but the rifle rounds dumped a lot of their energy really early on. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time on the Armor Farm.
What are you doing?
You know, I'm just planting some freedom seeds.